We have prostitutes, we have more drag queens, we have cowboys, magicians, and now babies.
What better for Christmas?
What the hell you think you're doing?
So we brought you a brand new show called Forgotten Films, where we were talking about the movie that I watched when I was 13 years old back in the 80s, called Angel. And we have what is now the Angel Collection, where there's all 3 Angel films on one DVD. So we decided for the holidays to review the film. I mean, what else would we review, right?
But this one is called
Avenging Angel, her all-new Hollywood story.
Now, I mentioned in the beginning of this, there's babies in this film.
Little Buck.
So this is kind of like the Ghostbusters 2 of the Angel films.
Oh, but not near as good.
Come on, Vince.
Avenging Angel. It's the Angel character is coming back bad.
You're so choked up over this film you can't even talk, Vince.
It's coming back, or she's coming back.
Angel's back.
All right, well, let's just talk about it. First of all, it's easier to watch this film somewhat because she's not 15 in this film anymore. She's
Graduating college.
an adult.
I didn't really have a problem with that in the first film as much, especially after seeing this.
Break it down, Vince. Go ahead and break it down.
Here's the thing about this film. There's so many plot holes in this movie, it's not even remotely funny. And one of them is that right there, what you just said.
Today, she's graduating college.
Okay, I would say Angel has learned how to time jump. Because in the first film, she was a 15-year-old high schooler by day, hooker by night. That was the whole idea of it, right?
Right.
But there's actually a scene in the first film where they're walking down the street. Her and Angel and Kit Carson and another one of the characters are walking down the street. And if you look at the movie marquee on the above them, it says Return of the Jedi. It was actually filmed in 1983 when Return of the Jedi came out. Okay, so that makes sense, right? Filmed in 1983, came out in 1984. This movie came out in 1985. Okay, do you see where I'm going with this?
4 years ago, she walked the streets of Hollywood.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not supposed to be the next year in the movie, though. It's supposed to be, several years later.
4 years ago.
Exactly, it's not supposed to be the next year in the movie. It's supposed to be
4 years ago.
It's what I'm saying is it's 1984, and then 1985 is when this movie came out. And if you look at all the movie marquees in this movie, they're all from 1984 when they filmed it in 1984. So it's only a year later in the movie, even though it's supposed to be 4 years later, which would make it 1988.
We don't care about timelines in this movie, Vince. We care about plot. Well, let's talk about plot here.
The cop who changed her life is murdered.
The last thing Andrew said before he died was Angel.
That is the plot.
The one thing that really cracked me up in the beginning of the film is the fact that she had this boyfriend. And she's all into this boyfriend, and she's talking to the cop about the boyfriend and everything. Guy's gone. Within 20 seconds of the film, you never hear about this guy again. He's like, what boyfriend? And that was pretty funny. It's like, huh? Oh, I forgot about my boy. No. I think she was going to get married to the guy and all this stuff, and never mentions him again.
Never saw him again after that.
So this movie, the tagline should have been lawyer by day, hooker by night. I guess it wouldn't have appealed as much.
Well, she wasn't a lawyer yet. She was just in college. She's a college student.
College student by day, learning to be a lawyer, hooker by night.
She went from being a high school student to a college student in 1 year, but it was 4 years that took place in it.
Well, it was genetics, Vince.
So then, here's the next plot hole. The baby.
Little Buck.
I mean, that's not really a plot hole. It's a plot. I don't know if there's a hole there, but For me, it was fun to see these characters return, though.
Together, they're the most unexpected
At this point, you pull the trigger.
crime-fighting force Hollywood has ever seen.
I mean, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing them get Kit Carson back and the woman in the hotel back and all. And the magician was a bigger role for him in this film. And I thought it was fun. I thought it was, here we got the whole gang back, and here we got Angel 2 again. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that too. I'm glad they got most of the characters back in it, except for, of course, the main girl that played Angel. This one is played by Betsy Russell. And did you recognize Betsy Russell from anything, by the way?
I didn't recognize her from the first movie, so no, I didn't recognize this person either.
Now, this is really going to blow your socks off, Dave, because we just reviewed for Horror Month all 7 Saw films, right?
Right.
Guess who Betsy Russell was in all 7, well, not all 7, but about 4 of the 7 Saw films.
Jigsaw's wife?
Exactly. That's a winner!
Alright, so this movie really almost became a comedy compared to the first film, and I thought that was a really weird turn of events for it to become almost comedy-like in this film.
I totally agree with you. I was like, they went from kind of an action drama picture to a goofball comedy.
The part with them going to get Kit Carson out of the asylum. Alright, first let me talk about the car they were driving, Vince. The car. It had bubble noises coming out of it.
Oh yeah. Was that the car or was that the music?
No, that was a car. Every time the car drove up, it was like boop, 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 boop. It had like bubble noises. It reminded me of the cops from Halloween movie.
All clear. Nothing above, nothing below.
I was going to say the same exact thing, Dave. I was going to say the same exact thing.
You know where he is! Tell me where you know where he is! You know where he is! The shakes her.
Every time they show the cops, it's like doo 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 doo. Every time they show the cars, like boop, 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 boop. It's just like, what is going on with this car?
You hear this like circus music of doo 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 doo.
And they go get Kit Carson out of this asylum. And I gotta tell you, that was almost like a Three Stooges skit, like right out of a Three Stooges movie.
Calling Dr. Howard. Dr. Fine. Dr. Howard. Calling Dr. Howard. Dr. Fine. Dr. Howard.
I totally agree. It was like, I was sitting there, what am I watching? Is this a serious action picture or is this a comedy? What is this?
Yeah, I don't know. But the thing is, as bad as it was, I still had fun watching it. I still enjoyed it. I had fun with it. The bad guys in this film were they were better than the serial killer, I guess, from the first film. But they were still kind of bad, I guess. They weren't great, villains by any stretch of imagination. But I had fun with it. I mean, it wasn't great by any stretch of imagination either. But it was I don't know, it was a goofy, fun 80s film, I thought.
So there's this baby in it.
Little Buck.
Is it the same one that was in Ghostbusters 2?
At least in Ghostbusters 2, at least the baby belonged to one of the main characters and was a part of the film and was a portion of the film, an integral point of the film. This baby had nothing to do with anything in this movie except what? Nothing. There was no reason for it to be in here.
Well, it had the plot hole at the end of the movie with the baby. That was part of why it was in there, I guess, to get the tension at the end of the film.
And another character in here that was totally goofy. And I mean, I'm not saying that I didn't care for it. Yes, the movie is fun, and with these characters, they were fun. But why this character was even in this movie, Johnny Glitter.
Johnny Glitter.
You know where
Johnny Glitter.
I mean, everywhere he goes, he's throwing glitter around. Woo! Woo! And you hear this ding ding.
Oh my god! Every time he shows up, he just like throws glitter. He's like with like this magic glitter that comes off. I was cracking up.
Ching ching. This is just stupid.
I didn't hate the film. It entertained me to the point where, yeah, every time Johnny Glitter walks into the screen, this magic glitter just flies off of him. It's just like, oh my god, what is? I don't know.
It's one of those movies that is so bad it's funny and you have fun with it, but it's just a bad movie altogether. All these characters, they all have guns. Everybody has a gun.
Point, pull the trigger.
And the police are okay with this, by the way. Everybody has a gun. Everybody seems to be a deputy. You got Kit Carson.
Oh, I know how it costs you, Phil.
You got Kit Carson, who's a deputy, who actually says, "I'm a deputy now," but he's in an insane asylum. So they break him out of the insane asylum, and it's like everybody's okay with them having a gun. They're running around shooting, but they can be like 3 inches away from each other and fire, and they still hit a pole. Every time they fired at each other, it hit a pole or it hit a railing or something, and nobody ever actually hit anybody. Nobody ever actually aimed at, and they show them literally like taking aim at things. You know, they're doing this, they're taking that aim, they're gonna shoot the guy, and they still hit the pole.
So what are you going to give it?
I give this film a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I was going to have to give it a 3 out of 5 because I enjoyed it. It was goofy. It wasn't very good, but it was fun goofy. It was fun entertaining, and I don't know, just for the bumble noises for the car itself gets an extra one.
Okay, there's glitter.
Those guys are pros.